Hey everybody, it's your boy, Adrian, and it's 2020 and the Unknown Games podcast is back. That's right, we're here. I'm back in Japan, Alex is in Japan, we're reunited and it feels so good because 2020 is off to an awesome start and we are talking about some Xenosaga. I'm talking all day, all night Xenosaga. Yeah, we geeked out this time on Xenosaga and you know we love it and we want the series to come back, we really do. So someone make it happen, please. And we have a little bit of news for you from CES. All that and more on this week's episode of the Unknown Games podcast. Happy New Year's, everyone, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome to episode number 16 of the Unknown Games podcast. Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year's, dudes.
It's 2020. The future is now.
Indeed. So it's the start of a new decade. A lot of people are saying like, oh, it's not a new decade until like 2021, but I think you count the decade from zero, so that would be 2020.
Yeah, I mean, we have entered the new decade. This is the start of a new, it's not a new era, but it's a new decade, and that's pretty exciting. I mean, I guess when it hit 2000, I was never really thinking about it because I was in middle school, but it's really cool now to be able to think like, oh, you know, last decade gave us some really good stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking, honestly, like today, how like when I was in high school, I remember having like a Zune or whatever.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and then being on like early YouTube, and then I was thinking like, oh, this is like peak technology. There's nothing that's gonna be better than this. Like I'm in the best era of humanity right now. And then now that we're in 2020, I'm like looking back at, you know, the Zune again, and I'm like, holy, like we've come so far. Like things are only getting better.
Like okay, so before we go any further, the voice that you just heard and our voices, I'm Adrian, your host, and that was Alex, co-host. Yeah, always with the static what's up, you know, keeping it real for all of us in the new decade. And this is, you know, a podcast where we talk about video games, of course, and we also talk a little bit about Japanese life. We are based in Japan. I'm back. So both of us are back in Japan. I mean,
well, I never left. But, yeah.
Alex never left. We kind of like left and came back. I did anyways. So it's good to be back in Japan. And of course, as always, it's good to have all of you listening. You know, super thanks for your support in 2019. And, you know, we hope that you'll enjoy us in 2020. We've got some cool things hopefully in store for you. And we hope that you'll spread the word to your friends to take a listen to us and, you know, follow, subscribe, and enjoy.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. Thanks for the support thus far and looking forward to a good year with you guys.
So we're like we said, we're back. It's 2020. And you were talking before the show that I think we should get this over with first. You want to talk about Xenosaga first a little bit?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, we talk about Xenosaga all the time on this podcast, and I think that's because, like, it's not intentional. It's not just like, oh, you know, today's topic is Xenosaga, but I think kind of, not ironically, but just like a really bad or good coincidence is like, I came up recently on the internet that at Bandai Namco, they were at one time considering a remaster like we've been wanting, but they scrapped it kind of early on because they did market analysis and they were like, it's not going to make enough money. It's not going to be worth it. So we're not going to do a remaster.
Which is sad.
Yeah, which is sad. I was just thinking like, if only we had like a little more influence or we could kind of spread the word a little bit and we could get people to ask for a remaster. Because Dot Hack got a remaster and I think Dot Hack is in a kind of similar situation.
Yeah, I mean like Dot Hack, of course, you know, originally when it came out, I think had some good traction, but as the series went further, you know, lost a lot of that fanfare that a lot of people had, but the anime really brought it back. I think a lot of people remember Dot Hack for the anime more so than the game.
Right, and I think the fact that Dot Hack has an anime maybe kind of helped it get a remaster. And then the thing about the Dot Hack remasters is that they added like a 4th episode never before released, so fans of that series could like finally kind of close up that saga.
Yeah.
on like I want that for Xenosaga. Like I want like a part 4. Like
we had
something.
like the game was originally supposed to be 5 parts and got cut down to 3. And the game was notoriously long for its cutscenes, and but I never felt like the story was bad.
I liked it a lot, and I think like the themes of Xenosaga are kind of complex, kind of a little bit like it gets crazy, it gets wild in typical JRPG fashion,
and especially with the Xeno series,
Yeah, but no, I loved it, but apparently it just wasn't gonna make the money, so they scrapped it. And I'm just like, can we get like a Project Rainfall 2 for this thing? Can we get some legitimate buzz over Xenosaga so we can get a remaster? I'll take anything, Namco. Like seriously, just like
I'll take anything. I mean, like it's like a couple weeks ago, like Harada-san over at the I guess he's the director or producer of Tekken, but he also does a lot of the other stuff. But yeah, like he put out the tweet like, yeah, like you said, we had an analysis way back, and it just doesn't seem like it's gonna work. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought my friend a Cosmos figure from Xenosaga 3. It was done by Alter. Really nice figure.
Yeah, Alter makes some pretty decent figures.
And yeah, so he took it home and he's just like, yeah, she's beautiful. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, of course she is. Yeah, it's
I wanted to keep it for myself, actually. I was just like,
yeah,
why am I giving this figure away? It's so nice.
So the thing about like, well, it feels like at Bandai Namco, like they haven't forgotten about Xenosaga, because every now and then we'll see a nod towards Xenosaga, or we'll see like a figure or something released for it.
You will, yeah. There was a.
I think really recently, like, was it the same one from Alter? Was it the Cosmos figure? Like,
it's a Cosmos figure from Xenoblade 2, the DLC that she was in. But I think it might be Alter. I think it is Alter potentially. You have to look it up.
I want to look up real quick. Here it is. There's so many.
Or is it Koto? Is it Koto?
Kotobukiya? It's probably this one. It's on Amazon.jp right now.
Yeah, because it's a nice figure.
It's not out yet. So 2020 May 31st. So this is the one. It's Niman Nisanen. So it's like 22,000 yen, like 220 American dollars or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is Max Factory.
Oh, Max Factory. Okay.
Yeah. It looks.
It's a good figure. It's a good figure, and like you said, they give nods to Cosmos and the Xeno series. And I mean, we also had the Project X. I don't know, was it Project X Zone or
the crossover thing on 3DS?
Yeah, that was hype too, man. And I we just want our Xenosaga. That's our New Year's resolution.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's the resolution. New Year's wish, decade wish. I don't know. One day.
So
hopefully,
obviously, yeah, they haven't forgotten about this series, but like the fact that they're like, oh, no remasters, but we'll sell you figures. We'll not even sell you. I think it's a no-brainer for Bandai Namco to make figures, because they're not the ones making them, right? They're just licensing the rights to Max Factory or whatever.
Right.
So they're like, for Bandai Namco, it's just extra cash on the side, and then for Max Factory, it's profit. So
profit. I'm kind of wondering if I don't know about how like the licensing for the Xeno series is, and I think we actually talked about it before on one of the earlier podcasts, but I think that a lot of the fans of Xenoblade would like to go back and see what was before it. Like that's actually what got me into Xenosaga, not Saga, but Xenogears.
Yeah,
is I played all of Xenosaga and I was like, I want to see where it started. So like, I think it's maybe the market wasn't then, it wasn't there then for Bandai Namco, but now I think, with so many fans of Xenoblade, I think it'd be nice.
I agree, right? Because that game did decently good. I think whenever you talk about Switch games, Xenoblade is on the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's games that they're like, hey, you should check this out. And I think what is it? Is Xenoblade 1, right? Is getting a re-release, I think, on the Switch or something.
Did it not already happen? But yeah, I believe so. Probably.
Well, Xenoblade got a re-release on 3DS, like on 3DS.
That's right. That and we talked about that. Yeah.
I think it's getting a second re-release. Let me just double check this real quick.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Switch 2020, right? So it's getting a second re-release.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they obviously know that fans love it. I mean, and Shulk is in, of course, Ultimate
Yeah, Smash Bros. Yeah.
Smash Bros. So, like, this is one thing I will say. Like, so before the Game Awards, I remember, lots of Smash fans were tweeting they wanted an announcement for a character, and one of those characters for the DLC pass, people were wanting Cosmos. So the love is there, Bandai Namco.
Yeah, I would love Xenoblade to, to come back. I'm serious. Like, I'll put out, like, even if it's like a PS4, like PS2 game, like what they did with Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Like, it's not even a real PS4 game. It's just like it's emulated PS2.
It's just yeah.
I'll take that, man. Like, I'm serious.
This is how we are, everyone. We really just want our Xenosaga. We want it back. I mean, I don't know, like, how would you rank the game? So this is we're going down this tangent home, but
this is the Xenoblade or Xenosaga episode.
Out of 1, 2, and 3, my personal favorite would have to be it's because 2 had issues. We all know.
Yeah, 2 is the middle child.
Like 1 takes it over 3 for me.
So here, okay. Well, actually, go ahead. Tell me why.
So 1 took it for me because when you're introduced to the characters, like, it just set the foundation for all of them. Like, I just had favorite characters. I loved Ziggy, I loved Cosmos, and then I loved an Albedo. Albedo, like,
he's crazy, man.
For being there.
But he's lovable.
Just like, I fell in love with that character, and so much so that, like, when 2 starts and it's just about him, I was just like, oh, this is so awesome. Like, I think they did a really good job with the characters. I enjoyed the story setup, and I enjoyed the cutscenes. Heck, I enjoyed all 3.5 hours.
Oh my god, so many cutscenes.
And the battle system was broken.
My personal ranking is 3-1-2. I picked 3 over 1 because I think as a game itself, 3 holds up better than 1. The battle system is like a little bit more dynamic, and the fights with the eggs, the armored mechs.
Yes, that was actually a thing. That was actually a thing because the first one they didn't really have it, and it was. The thing that I like is that the boost system was just so broken in the first game.
Oh man, boost was great.
Ooh, boost was so good. That's yeah.
But so the fights themselves, I think in 3 are pretty fun. I don't know. I just feel like the pacing of 3 was a little bit better, and then 1, I like it because I don't know. It's also a negative of the series, but it feels like a slow burn. Like it takes a while to really get going. I think
it does.
But then once you're in it, like once you're in the thick of it, you like really care about the story and the characters.
And it's like I said, like they do just such a good job of making each one of them memorable, or giving them kind of quirks and something to kind of remember them by, and they continue it throughout the series, except for 2. Like 2, like everyone knows it, they just dropped the ball with 2, and not in like a bad way. It's just
I didn't mind the story of 2, but the battle system of 2 is just so bad.
Put people up and downs. Put them up and down.
So here's the thing. So for anyone who hasn't really, I mean, maybe if you heard about Xenosaga, but so 2 basically changes the perspective of the main character from Shion. Wait, is it Shinon? Shion is sort of online. Anyways, so it changes the perspective of the main character.
To Junior,
who is one of the
he's the equivalent of Hope or Snow.
Right. Well, he's kind of Junior's really interesting because he's in the body of a kid, but he's like mentally he's like really old or something. Right, because he's not a normal. Yeah, he's not a kid. He's not a human actually, right? He's
not rebellion. Crap. I'm blanking. I'm blanking on it.
He's an artificial, like whatever he is, right?
Yeah.
And he was in like elite, I think, squad or something. But so he's in the body. I forget why it is, but he's in the body of a child, but he's mentally like super old. Anyways, so it changes the perspective to him, and then I think a lot of people just didn't like that. They didn't like how it narrative like kind of just changed.
Yeah.
So this is interesting, and maybe you haven't played it yet, and if you can find it, you should really get it. So in Japan, only on the Nintendo DS, there is a remake of Xenosaga 1 and 2.
What?
Yeah, it's called Xenosaga 1 and 2. It's a remake on Nintendo DS. It is a complete retelling of the first two games, only from Shion's point of view.
What?
So you no longer get Junior's point of view from 2. It's now back to Shion.
It's back to, because like in 3, it goes back to Shinon again.
Right. So in the remake for DS, it's all her point of view, and the battle system is completely different.
Dude, that sounds kind of like I need to go find this.
Yeah, it's so hard to find.
You said 3DS, right? Not DS. DS. Oh, DS. Ooh. We have to go to Akihabara for that.
If you can find it, I really recommend you pick it up. It's so hard to find. I can't really find it. I have a copy myself. I own it. I own it.
Okay.
You can. But I haven't like. Yeah, no. That's like a treasure of mine.
It's my baby. We'll go on Amazon and find it. Like, yeah, I got it.
So it's on the DS. It's just called Xenosaga 1-2. It's a retelling of the first two games, only from Shion's point of view, and it has a different battle system.
That's interesting. Did they change the graphic style or anything like to?
No, it's
everything has to be completely different, right?
Yeah, it's like full anime style. So Xenosaga has like a 3D anime style.
Yeah.
This is just like flat.
Just 2D, just straight to. Okay.
And then the battle is isometric tactics.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I mean,
because
the cool thing about that battle system is it could easily just been isometric tactics style.
And then like you have to move your character like physically like on the board. You should for sure check it out, man.
Oh man, this is good. See, once we start talking about Xenosaga, we just get lost in nostalgia.
Oh wait, Xenosaga did have an anime. It did have an anime.
Wait, what? It did?
Yeah, it did. What? It did. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So every turn, we're like we're proving our point wrong now. They tried.
This is like the super special Xenosaga episode of this podcast, but just to move things around, I just want to add that it's I don't know, it's really good. It does have an anime, so maybe there's some hope there, I guess.
We gotta keep hope alive. 2020, keep hope alive, and for the decade, one day we'll get it.
Do you remember in 3? Here's the last thing I'll say. Do you remember in 3 where Shion has her flashback with her parents?
No.
What she happened? Has like, because Shion has like mental trauma. Like her character is she has like an actual mental like, she has like mental trauma. And then in 3 it shows the flashback of like when she lost her parents, and it's like it's so dark.
Gonna make me like go back and watch all the cutscenes.
You should just replay the games.
I gotta go. Well, I have the games at home in America, so I'd have to like get them here again. But I would like to try to find 1 and 2 on DS. Like so, that would be kind of fun to play.
You should for sure play it. Yeah.
So,
anyways, that's it. What have you been playing recently? Not Xenosaga, but what have you been playing recently?
Yeah, still just going through Crisis Core. So I got back and I haven't booted it up for too long. I still think I'm about at least halfway through the game. I've gotten past the point where, I've officially met Cloud. I've, defeated Genesis, quote unquote. Maybe he's in the live stream. I don't know. But he starts attacking again. So I'm kind of what I feel like is a good halfway point. And I've been enjoying it. I'm going to start playing probably a little bit of Apex here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing that I can think of.
Cool, man.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
So I started and I finished Astral Chain over the break.
Oh yeah, nice. How was that?
It's good. It's a Platinum Games game. So if you played Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, those kind of games, and if you really like, so I know like Devil May Cry is a different studio, obviously different publisher, but if you like those kind of games,
yeah,
you'll probably like it. It's fun. Astral Chain is just like, it's really anime. Like it's so.
I mean, it looks pretty. Like I'm surprised that they even gave it a story. Like, can you call the story a story? Is it a story?
Yeah, no, it's got a pretty anime story to it where it quickly spirals out of control into something greater than humanity or whatever, right?
Okay, like larger, over the top.
And then you're eventually like fighting like a god or something like in typical
Platinum
JRPG fashion. Yeah. It's good I mean, if you have a Switch and if you got one for Christmas or something and you're like, oh, what should I play? You like action games? For sure give it a look. It's not too long. It's like 20-ish hours. It can go on longer than that if you want to do the special like end game missions, and they get kind of hard after a while. But otherwise, it's just like 20 hours.
And that's a good length for an action game. Honestly, like these days, like typically, action games would be like what 7, 8, 13 hours at max. But at least now there's a little bit extra content in it, and like you said, you can play it on the go. And this is something like after playing my PSP and Crisis Core, I've really thought about getting a Switch Lite as opposed to getting a Switch.
Full Switch.
Getting a full Switch, even though I can take, both of them on the go. There's just something about the Switch Lite. Maybe it's that extra $100 I'm saving, but
yeah,
it just feels like
I was thinking about it as well, actually, between the Switch and the Switch Lite, and I eventually decided to just get a full Switch. And my girlfriend bought me a Switch actually for like our anniversary. But if I had to purchase one myself, I would actually just get the full Switch. And the reason why is, despite the fact that you're saving money by getting a Switch Lite, you have the benefit of swapping out your Joy-Cons with a full Switch in case one breaks or something like that. You can just buy a Joy-Con and not have to send it in for repair. And if you ever want to record and or stream Switch software, you can't really easily do it on a Switch Lite.
Yeah, Switch Lite is purely, I mean, it's really is just a handheld. And that's one of the things I like about it. But like you said, if you're wanting to do any type of streaming, or if something goes wrong, or even if you just like, I don't think there's even a kickstand on it because there's no.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a kickstand on there either. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no desktop mode or whatever they call it. You really are getting a pared down version, but it just depends. I guess I could almost see the case where the Switch Lite is actually smaller than what it is now, being a good proposition as well.
Yeah,
like just an even smaller form factor, one to take on the go to justify it a little bit even more, or the lack of features for it.
Yeah, if you have no intention of ever streaming, recording a Switch game, and you're just, oh no, I just play video games, I don't produce content for video games, then absolutely get a Switch Lite. It's portable, it's small, and just hopefully your Joy-Cons won't break or anything like that. But if you have the slightest like idea, like maybe you might want to stream one day, like just get the full Switch. You'll probably thank yourself later.
You hopefully will thank yourself later. Yeah. And I don't know, we like originally intended for this to be like a short podcast for you guys.
Yeah, we went off the deep end on Xenosaga.
Xenosaga has like completely taken over everything. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back after this and just talk about some New Year's resolutions for ourselves personally or for the podcast, and then a little bit of news if there is anything. So hopefully we'll be done in 10 minutes, everyone.
Okay.
So we'll see you after the break. All right, we're back, and thank you for listening to my wonderful voice as I talk about Anchor.
For our sponsor, have you ever thought about changing the sponsor just like a tiny bit? Just be like, hey, what's up? It's me. I'm your boy Adrian. Check out Anchor. It's super hot. Make a podcast. That's it. Just clip that. Just clip me saying that, and that's our new. Just
cook that up, yeah. And you know that. Okay, you know what? That's actually a pretty good pretty good thing. I should actually consider doing that.
Okay. All right.
I mean, maybe not in the say, yeah, hey, yo, it's me, your boy Adrian, and
just don't like randomly like one episode like that's the like no explanation.
I just started speaking like, hey, yo, it's me, Adrian, and okay. Anyways, it's 2020 as we said, and we have our own personal New Year's resolutions. I'd like to start with you, Alex. What do you what are your resolutions for this year or goals for the podcast or yourself? What do you got up your sleeve? What are you cooking?
I don't know. I guess like I want to try to continue to play more games and finish more games. I think that's the key here, is because I buy games almost every month, but I don't really finish them all the time.
Mhm.
So I feel really good about finishing Pokemon and Astral Chain, and I want to continue that. I want to finish for sure Atelier no Ryza, which is, sorry, what is the English? Ryza?
Just call it Ryza.
My brain gets confused when I think about like that.
Mystic.
Ryza no Atelier is the Japanese name. Atelier Ryza is the English name. Okay, anyways, I want to finish that. And I really want to finish Persona 5 Royal because I love Persona, and I really want to finish it before it comes out in English, so no English speakers can spoil it for me, and I can kind of like feel good about finishing it before it comes out in English. Yeah, exactly. But other than that, I think in terms of content production, obviously we have this podcast as well, but I think personally, I want to try to just make different content on the internet and then have people enjoy that as well. So I'm not thinking like strictly stuff like vlogs or anything, but just whatever content that I can make that people might find entertaining, whether that be streaming or let's plays or something, then I want to put that out and hopefully people will enjoy it.
That's awesome. And anytime you want to promote yourself here, you're welcome to do so.
Shameless self-promotion. Okay.
Shameless self-promotion, man. You can do it anytime you want to. People, you may have fans. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, other than like me, but boosting my own numbers. Anyways, what about you? What do you want to do for this year?
I think for this year, so I have kind of similar goals, and to finish my backlog, to go through it. Number one, I have a huge backlog on Steam, of course, but I just, playing and beating games. That's something that I used to do as a kid, and I'm used to it, but then, adulting. So that's one thing. And to do that, I'm going to shameless promote myself. I'm going to try to start streaming and on Twitch and just go through my backlog of games. It's nothing fancy or anything, but just playing games that I like. So that's one thing. Of course, the podcast, keep it going, and hopefully we can do a couple of live shows throughout the year. Maybe it's on YouTube or however we want to do it, and produce some content for our YouTube channel and our Instagram, showcasing our life in Japan, or showcasing some cool things. I'm going to Evo in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, you should take pictures or whatever of that.
Yeah, my phone, my camera, I don't have a good camera right now, so I'll take pictures. Hopefully they'll be good. But I'm just really hyped to be in the environment of Evo. I've always wanted to go, and it's 15 minutes away from me, so I have no excuse. I want to be competing in Soul Calibur.
Is it at Makuhari?
Yeah, it's at Makuhari Messe. So it's super close. And it's just gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully I can see some good matches. Looking forward to the finals and announcements. Hopefully I can play Guilty Gear Strive if it's there, because that is one game I'm super excited about this year, and trying to get in and learn that old Arc System game. But yeah, I think that's it. And also, I don't know, just try to publish things on the internet. I do draw and write, so just kind of to put that out more this year than I did last year. Maybe into a publisher. For sure. So that's
you can probably pimp your links or whatever at the end of the show, or in on the Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, I got too many links, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I think for the podcast, it would be really nice if we had a central place, a kind of website. That's I don't know, far down the line or whatever.
Yeah, well, one day when we get big enough and we get sponsored by Squarespace, then we can make a website on Squarespace,
and we can have those awesome Squarespace ads that every other podcast has.
Every other podcast. That's how you know you've made it big, when you start. When you have a Squarespace sponsored segment.
Yep, Squarespace, and when we're featured on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, if you're listening, Squarespace, I've been practicing.
Do you want to give us a
no? It's fine. Yeah. Anyways, do you have any gaming news or anything like that?
I didn't see anything. CES is going on right now, and the only thing I saw that you actually brought it up to me was like the PS5 logo. I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
it
yeah.
looks like the PS4
Four
logo,
logo.
but instead
Yeah.
of blue and white, it's back to their black and white colors, which they do have. They use those on like, I want to say like t-shirts. You'll see it on like their promotional materials more than you'll see it on um crap. Everything's promotional materials, but more physical goods. You'll see
hmm
the black and white.
hmm
So I was just like surprised that that's the color they're going with this year.
Well, it might change, like, because they only revealed, like, I guess just the logo at CES. I think it was like on a slide or something even, and then just like really simple, uh, like media, like assets or whatever. So
Hmm.
when we get closer to the end of the year, maybe they might have an actual color scheme or something. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Did you see anything interesting?
At CES, not really. I know Asus. I saw a video about this, but Asus like revealed a 360 hertz refresh rate monitor for high end gaming, and it's pretty bizarre. So I watched a video of it, and obviously I can't get the benefits of that refresh rate because my monitor is, for one thing, my monitor is at 144, not nearly as high as 360. And the
Yeah.
video itself, I think, was rendered out at like 24 frames per second. So definitely not getting the benefits there.
Oh my word. Yeah. It's
But, that's super interesting. I'm never going to be able to afford that, at least not unless I save up for it.
you
But
can save. You start saving now.
the thing about like playing games at 360 hertz is like you have to make a choice, unless you're playing CS:GO or like League of Legends or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you wanted to play Apex, you have to like basically have a very high end video card, and then you have to turn all your settings like way down so it can render actually that fast. So I play at pretty much max settings at 1080p, and I get around 120 frames per second in Apex, which is still pretty good.
It's still pretty good.
But if I had, for example, like a 240 hertz monitor, and I wanted to basically get the benefits of my monitor, I have to turn the settings way down and then even like get a more powerful video card. So at 360 hertz, you
Some graphics card is pumping hard.
you have to basically like you have to have some incredible hardware, and maybe even still, you probably have to lower your settings. So like turn off shadows, turn off high resolution textures, something like that, just so you can get the benefits of that
Get
monitor.
the benefits. And yeah, like that's the cool thing about CES is you'll see a lot of tech that's just prototype or it's real, but it's not actually, going to be out for a while in a usable fashion. It's just CES it's always fun to see stuff like I did see apparently someone, I don't know if it's a manufacturer, but there's a gaming PC that has a PS4 and Xbox One.
Origin
Yeah.
systems, yeah.
Which first of all, the name Origin Systems, like I was like, wait, EA's making a
Oh yeah,
it tripped me up for a second,
with
but
EA's Origin, yeah.
but yeah, that was crazy. It's like it has those both inside of it, which is kind of cool. The next console cycle is starting, but hey,
Yeah, I know. I can't imagine dropping like a ton of cash on that, and then like literally like 7 months from now, PS5,
get your PS5 or your Xbox Series X.
Series X, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, when Series Y comes out and they do a fusion with Pokemon, it's gonna be hot.
Sure. Pokemon XY, like that's a couple gens ago, so a lot of missed the boat on that one.
They can remaster it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, I don't know. I'm just curious about the next gen, especially after playing Sword and Shield.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be another Pokemon for Switch, right? At least.
No, I don't think they've announced anything.
They yeah, I mean, they haven't announced anything, but I'm just thinking because they'll do like the kind of remastered version, which I guess should have all the Pokemon in it.
Oh, you mean like the third version, like Sword, Shield, and Gun?
And dude, that that sounds hype. Sword, Shield, and Gun.
Pokemon,
That's hype.
Pokemon gun.
I want this. I want this.
Yeah, I know, right? Just a box art is like a pistol.
It's a pistol. Like another animal, but this animal's holding a gun. So Shadow the Hedgehog. It's
yes.
Shadow.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Shadow.
Someone Photoshop that right now. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh man.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So for news, I think the only thing that kind of interesting that happened last week was the FF7 demo leaked actually on the internet. So like first, it was just the existence of a demo leaked. So basically, and this is very, very similar to how Resi 3 leaked on the internet, is that the PSN accidentally somewhere in like a public, not like super public, but like I guess let's say a server that anyone can kind of really access. They uploaded assets of the FF7 demo as like the thumbnail, or like the cover art or something like that.
Right.
So then people like were like, oh, like there's going to be an FF7 demo. It's the exact same way that Resi 3 leaked. And then that was on the internet. And then I think a couple days later, for like somehow, the actual demo itself got into the hands of leakers and data miners. And then if you go on YouTube, I don't know if they pulled it, like Square Enix pulled them, but if you go on YouTube right now and just type in like FF7 demo remake, sorry, FF7 remake demo footage, you can see someone play through the demo of FF7 remake. And I don't know, have you seen any footage of it or what?
No, and I don't want to.
So I watched a little bit of the demo. Looks so good, man. It looks so good. The music is good. The music is hype, like Bombing Mission.
Yeah,
Bombing Mission. It's so good.
Like I said, like when they hit that trailer off at the Game Awards, I was like, the best part of that for me was that music. So good.
I mean,
that soundtrack.
Maybe you just want to wait until the demo, but you can watch the opening sequence. So like how you remember the sequence where it starts out with Aerith, and then the camera pulls out like further and further and further out. You see all of Midgar, and then it zooms in on the train.
Yeah,
they just remade that entirely. So if you want to like watch it, how it is in the remake, it's on the internet. And then if you want to watch the rest of the footage for the demo, you can also watch that. But it looks really similar, at least to my eye, to FF15, which I don't think is a bad thing. I actually had a pretty good time playing through 15. I know a lot of people
to go through.
I know a lot of people have criticisms about 15, and sure, I mean, some of it is warranted. I agree the story is really rushed, but as a game, just as a video game, I had a good time with it. And then seeing how the game kind of looks like 15, I think I'm not upset by that. So
yeah, that would be, I think, warranted. You know, a comparison to 15. I think that's easily the strongest one that they could draw comparisons to.
Yeah, I mean, it already looks like 15 and 7 are so similar, I think, in character design. And
maybe one day Noctis will meet Cloud.
Have you played 15? Because anyways.
wait, he does?
No.
Oh, no. It's like if Lightning met Cloud.
I never finished, like, I say this all the time on the podcast, I never finished that saga. Anyways, so that's it for news. I'm hyped for the demo. I don't know when it's coming out, but it should be soon, maybe next month, because the game itself is coming out.
Oh my word, you're right, dude. Yeah. It's already mid-January.
Right. So the game itself is coming out in a couple months. So the demo probably will be next month or something.
Oh my word. We're already to that point of the year that we dreaded last year. Like it's about to be get your Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk, and Last of Us, and whatever else after that on. Yeah. E3. Then it's E3. What? Like, come on.
Hey, here's a game that I think everyone forgot about. Do you remember when Capcom announced Deep Down at like the PS4 announcement?
Wait, you mean the game where you're going through a dungeon?
It's called Deep Down by Capcom. It's kind of like a dungeon, yeah. I think they announced it like at the PS4.
Yeah, like Souls like.
Yeah, that game's not canceled yet.
I thought that game actually came out in Japan.
No, Deep Down never came out.
I thought that thing came. Am I thinking of another? Like,
are you thinking of Dragon's Dogma?
No, because like I thought, like Deep Down was
became
like
like another game.
was a prototype for Dragon's Dogma or some weird thing.
No,
just,
no, it's a completely different game, and it
no,
never
what?
came out. It still hasn't come out yet. I just remembered it like last week, and I googled deep down. It's not canceled apparently, and I'm like, you guys, is it gonna be a PS4 game because PS5 is just around the corner, like. But yeah,
whatever it is, I mean, people would be really hyped for another Dragon's Dogma.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, so Dragon's Dogma had an MMO in Japan for a couple years. I think it shut down or will be shutting down really soon.
Right.
But no, I mean, it never got a sequel, but it got an MMO for at least like 2 years or something.
Good old MMO. And it did have its DLC, Dark Arisen, so.
Yeah, you can actually get that on the Switch if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna ask, what can't you get on the Switch?
No, the Switch has such a huge library; it is crazy.
That's what I said, man. I would almost just do my Switch Lite, but you know, I gotta focus on the priorities.
Yeah,
priorities. And with that, we're gonna prioritize our lives out of this podcast.
All right, sounds good.
It sounded like we just had a pat, but we don't pat here, unless I don't know. We did miss our patented episode title in this podcast. It's not there.
Oh, I don't know. It's Xenosaga special.
All right, there we go. Happy New Year's, the Xenosaga special 2020.
Yeah.
Special report.
Starting the year off right. All right.
Starting the year off right.
Do you want to pimp anything or?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. It feels like it's been a while. Thanks for everyone who's listened to the bonus cast that went up. It was a really good show, shot and recorded in a coffee shop. We had a lot of fun, so we hope that you enjoyed that, and hopefully we can do a couple more of those. But anyways, you can follow us at UGP_cast on Twitter. You can also follow us at UGP_cast on Instagram, where we're hoping to do a little bit more active in terms of showing you some life in Japan. And I think that's about it. Once the YouTube becomes more active, we'll kind of pimp it a little bit more. But yeah, you can follow us there, and you can follow me at Adrian Morris on Twitter. That's it.
Is that one word?
It's all one word. I'm
cool.
Yeah, I'm Adrian Morris.
Sounds
How about
good.
You? Anything?
No. Just play more video games. Play Chrono Trigger.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
And then tweet at Bandai Namco saying that you want a Xenosaga remaster.
Everyone, do as Alex says. Or else.
Yeah. All right.
All right, everyone. Stay cool. Remember, you set the tone. Enjoy what you do. Play some more games. See you until next time. Peace.